I want to give you some stats, given to us by the U.S. Census Bureau saying that there was a poll done of 171,000 people, and a number of those are actually moving within state and without a state. And what are actually those numbers? Well, we take a look at it here. 33% of those people are actually moving within the state, meaning that they're moving probably from the coast more into the eastern Washington, which is going to be like the Moses Lake, more of the Spokane area. But on the flip side, 63 of those people are actually moving out of state. And guess what is one of those number one states they're actually moving to? You guessed it, Arizona. If you're looking to move from Washington into the Phoenix or Scottsdale area here within Arizona, you want to tune in for this video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh Zuniga, your local real estate specialist here within Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona. And today we're going to do a deep dive on the main reasons why you want to consider this area if you're looking to move from Washington. Before we get into the video, I want to give you some stats, given to us by the U.S. Census Bureau saying that there was a poll done of 171,000 people, and a number of those are actually moving within state and without a state. And what are actually those numbers? Well, we take a look at it here. 33% of those people are actually moving within the state, meaning that they're moving probably from the coast more into the eastern Washington, which is going to be like the Moses Lake, more of the Spokane area. But on the flip side, 63 of those people are actually moving out of state. And guess what is one of those number one states they're actually moving to? You guessed it, Arizona. They're moving to the Phoenix area, they're moving to the Scottsdale, Arizona, and some of those other popular cities are going to be Surprise, going to be Gilbert. Those are just some of the numbers that we see where people are actually moving from Washington into Maricopa County here. But we want to actually really understand why they're actually moving here. So let's take a look at some of that. Now, let's take a look at actually some of the main reasons of why people are actually leaving Washington and actually coming to the greater area of Maricopa County here within actual Arizona. Well, some of those reasons are going to be number one, cost of living, number two, homelessness. We have number three, the politics, and number four, the weather. Those are just some of the actual reasons that we have seen within the polls taken from this Census Bureau that are the top reasons of why people are moving out of the state and considering either moving within. The majority, like we said before, 63% are actually moving out because of those reasons. Now, let's dive into one of the main differences that we see here that we just explained on the last point that we gave was actually the weather. Now, if you're looking to move to Arizona, you have to be aware that you are going to be seeing some warmer temperatures. I think in just the month of July here within 2023, we had the highest, most consecutive days over 110 degrees. Now, that's a significant thing that I want to make sure that you know about. Arizona's warm. It is actually really warm, and that's probably the biggest concern as far as our weather, that we do have 3 months out of the year where it can be extremely hot, okay? If you're not used to that, it may be a little shock to you. But guess what? If you want to live in a beautiful place that has a wonderful climate, 9 months out of the year, this is definitely the place to be. This is why we live along the Sun Belt here. That's why Arizona, Texas, and Florida are always one of the top states that actually people move to because, yeah, it is warm. But yeah, our summers do get a little bit hotter. But our winters are amazing. Right now, it is December as we're making this video, and it is 60 and 70 degrees for a high. All you have to do is wear a light sweater, light jacket, and it is like this beautiful all the way up until probably even April, maybe even May is when you really start to see those temperatures actually increase. Now, if you're moving from Seattle and you're moving from the greater area of Washington, you know that it can actually be significantly rainy down here. Arizona, we don't see that much rain. On average, we get anywhere from maybe 6 to 8 inches of rain actually a year, but more than that, we have over 300 days of beautiful sunshine. I personally love it here. I've been to Seattle, it's a wonderful city, but when I come back here, I always just really appreciate how beautiful our weather actually is, how much sunlight we actually get, and vitamin D, for our skin is definitely not a problem here within Arizona, Phoenix, and the Scottsdale area. Now let's dive into our second point, which actually is going to be cost of living here within Arizona. Now, we ran some stats again, and we actually looked at what are the top most expensive cities to actually live in within the United States. And Seattle, Washington actually ranked number 8. Now, Arizona, or I'm saying Phoenix, isn't even top 20. We actually ranked number 23. So if you're looking to come down here and get some relief as far as affordability, this is definitely going to be the place for you to consider, not only Phoenix, but also Scottsdale. We have some wonderful cities out here that are actually coming like Surprise, Gilbert, I think even Avondale and Litchfield areas, which are on the West Valley here, are some of the top cities that we see from Washington actually moving to the Maricopa County area. That's actually going to be working out very, very well for you as well. Now, our average price point here within Phoenix, Arizona, over the last couple of years, we definitely did see an increase. Our average price point was around $550,000, and that's going to put you at a mortgage probably around anywhere from $3,600 currently, probably even to $4,000. But with the decreases in interest rates over the 2024 year and that we've seen in the past past few weeks, this is probably going to see some relief for you. You're probably going to see a drop in your mortgage payment, probably another $300, maybe even $400 if that's the price range you're actually going to be within. If you're looking close to the $1 million range, you're probably going to see anywhere from a $600, maybe into an $800 decrease on your mortgage, depending on what your score is and depending on how much you're actually putting down here as well. This brings me to my next point, which is going to be transportation. Now, if you're coming from the Seattle area and you're wondering, hey, if I'm coming from a bunch of traffic, am I going to see traffic here within Arizona, within Phoenix? So I'm going to say, yes, you will actually see some congestion here. We have so many people coming in from out of state, but it's actually going to be a good thing because we are continuing to build out our infrastructure here within our highways, and we're continuing to make a room for all the people that are coming in here. I know Florida is actually doing the same thing. We are prepared for that. So if you guys are wanting to move here, you will see some increases in traffic. It's not significant. It's not like where you're bumper to bumper like you see in LA and it's taking you an hour and a half to get home. It's nothing like that. You're still moving at a good steady pace, anywhere from 20, 30, 40 miles an hour, depending on what time you actually leave in the morning and the time you're actually coming at home. If you're wondering if the public transportation is going to be a good form for you, I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this because I've lived here all of my life, the public transportation here within Phoenix and Scottsdale is not the greatest. So if you're looking to think that you can take, a cab all the way to work all the time, or you're going to take the subway or anything of that sort, or some type of train or tram or bus, you're going to have to rely on a car to be dependent here within the Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona to do your main mode of transportation. Your average commute to work most likely will be anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, depending on where you decide to live and in comparison to your actual job here within Arizona as well. Number 3 that I want to discuss that's going to be a major point, especially if I'm looking to move to a major city, is going to be what is the lifestyle? What are the people? Is there anything? What are the activities that you can actually do? So what I like to say is that Arizona and Phoenix and Scottsdale are a very active community. Not as much as Colorado, but we do love to be outdoors. We do love to hike. If you're looking to move to Scottsdale, we probably have some of the most beautiful golf courses we do have here. We also have what's called Sedona. If you've never heard of Sedona, you need to look it up. It's one of our most beautiful cities that we have here, beautiful red rocks. That's literally only an hour and a half away from where we live here within Phoenix and within Scottsdale. And if you're looking to get into the trees and you're looking to get in the pines, and during the wintertime, if you like to snowboard or ski, we do have Flagstaff, Arizona, just up north. That's only 2 hours away, and we just took my kids there and we had a wonderful time. We're looking to come back and we're looking to do some snowboarding, some sledding, and some skiing. And that just means that we really have a lot to offer. There's a really good, beautiful landscape that you can see here when you're in Phoenix and you're within Scottsdale. And if you're a big hiker or you're a mountain biker or even just like to go on beautiful walks, this is going to be the lifestyle that you like to have. In addition to our wonderful restaurant scene that's continuing to grow, our wonderful music, cultural scene, and our art scene, especially within Phoenix, Arizona and downtown. You're going to start seeing murals coming up from all these wonderful local artists. They're continuing to expand and they're doing a wonderful job of making sure that the culture of Phoenix and within Scottsdale continues to grow as we have more people come in from out of state and bringing all their wonderful backgrounds here and just making sure that the experience overall and the vibe is what we like to call it is wonderful, and it's going to be welcoming for you here when you decide to come and visit. Point number 4 is going to be education and schools. If you're a family man like me, putting your kids in a good school system is actually going to be probably one of the main drivers when you're trying to make your decisions here. Phoenix is known for its school systems. There's one that we have, the Madison School District is very highly guarded. We also have Basis. Basis has a 1 to sometimes even 2-year waiting list that we're actually here. There's several campuses, outside of Phoenix and within Scottsdale, and even over here on the West Valley within Goodyear. A couple of our properties that we own personally are near these schools because we know it's a high demand for the actual families that are coming within. And there's also plenty of STEM schools that we have sprinkled throughout the valley, meaning that these schools are focused more on the engineering, more on the science, more on the math. And we have tons of private schools if you're looking to do that. And I know that the increase of actually doing homeschooling is on the rise. So there's a lot of opportunities if you're looking to do something with your kids being homeschooled. And these agencies are actually coming up to actually send teachers out to your house or whatever the actual location is to make sure that your kids are being fully educated on the topics and the subjects that you feel is most important for your child to have great success here within the Phoenix and Scottsdale area. And number 5 I want to really hit on is what is the economy like here and what is the actual job growth here coming from moving to Phoenix or the Scottsdale, Arizona? Well, there was a statistic put out that, by 2030, Arizona itself as a greater whole wants to bring over 800,000 new jobs to the actual Phoenix market and Scottsdale market and other wonderful cities. So if you're looking for a city that's actually on the growth trajectory, you really want to take a look at that job growth. And we just have some wonderful factories coming out here. We have TSMC over here in North with Phoenix. That alone is going to bring in a lot of business, a lot of commercial, a lot of infrastructure. We just announced that Google is going to build another factory data center over here within Mesa, Arizona. That's going to continue to bring more jobs and more growth and more stimulus. We have Intel that we have here. We also have the Lucid. There's going to be some continued more building over here in Buckeye. All of these things are just bringing so much industry and so much tech here to the Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona. That's why we're also known as the Desert Silicon Valley. So if you're looking for an area or you're looking for a state that's going to have tremendous job growth over the next 10 years, that's going to mean more opportunities for you, more opportunities for your family, and it's also going to bring in more value if you're looking to buy here. Obviously, your appreciation for your house is going to continue to grow. Cost of living may go up, incrementally over the years, but I think overall you're going to have a wonderful feel and a wonderful experience knowing that you're going to be here with a sound financial economy and also going to be protected and insulated because your home values are going to continue to go up due to the appreciation and the demand that's just overall here within the Phoenix and Scottsdale area. Now, I know there's so many other points that we can actually discuss and we can go over. If you guys are really interested in knowing some more of the finer details, we want to make sure this is a wonderful, fun, exciting experience for you, whether you're watching this as an individual or you're actually trying to make the considerations for your family. Moving to Phoenix or Scottsdale is going to be a big move for you. We want to make sure that my team and I and my brokerage are here to make sure that we help you every step of the way. So if you want to get in touch with us and you have more questions and you want to know more about the communities, maybe even some of the new builds, feel free to reach out to me at info@joshzuniga.com, or you can actually visit my website, joshzuniga.com, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you if you actually fill any information. My team and I are just so excited to meet with you. You either can have a coffee, we can set up a lunch, we can even set up a Zoom call if you're out of state, and we can make sure that we set up a good plan and a good conversation to help you and your family with your goals coming into the new year here within 2024. But until then, guys, we'll see you on the next video.